So I've been seeing a lot of news lately about the Big E files. And I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to say the name because YouTube is listening and watching, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. The Big E files. That's the big news that I've been seeing lately. And it got me thinking about how people go about getting women in the modern day. So so hear me out. Hear me out. Just hear me out. So if you look at the pictures of the guys that are with Jeffrey, in all the news reports and the news stories, you'll notice that these guys are like average looking guys, just regular dudes. They just happen to be rich or powerful. And that got me thinking, why are these guys that are rich and powerful, why are they going out and hanging out with Jeffrey just to get some play? Like, why? What is so special that they have to go and hang out with Jeffrey just to get some female attention? Think about it for a second. These guys are some of the richest and most powerful people in the world, and yet they're still hanging out with Jeffrey, still going out to his island just to get some female attention, just to get some play. And that's the main point that I'm gonna be discussing right now. This it's n the community right now, like the red pill community, they're saying their whole thesis is that all you need to get women is to be rich. Be rich and successful, and the woman will flock. And I feel like that's not a good approach because that's going to attract the wrong type of woman. Okay, so when you get rich, when you get a certain amount of wealth, it doesn't change who you are as an individual. It just changes the perception of what you can do. So what I mean by that is, let's say, suddenly you become a millionaire. A woman finds out, okay, this guy's a millionaire, right? Now she's thinking, and you're just a regular guy. You're just a regular dude, regular looking guy, whatever, average dude, and then all of a sudden you just get a lot of money and then you're successful and you're a rich man. So now she's thinking, okay, she's thinking about what can you provide for her? She's thinking, okay, this guy can take me on lavish vacations. This guy can buy fancy bags and fancy cars for me and buy clothes for me. This guy can take me on expensive dinners, take me out on expensive dinners. He can buy me a nice house, a mansion in Beverly Hills. Like, this is what she's thinking about. She's not thinking, "Oh, wow, now I'm more attracted to this person." Like, she's thinking about what can he provide financially. And that's where I think a lot of people go wrong with this whole just be rich, just get money to get women. I feel like that's not the right approach. What you should be focused on is how to be the most attractive version of yourself, how to really maximize your potential. What I recommend, and a lot of people don't like this advice, but I recommend you go to the gym. You get in the best shape of your life. You work on personality. And by personality, I mean work on humor, work on social skills, work on charisma, work on the ability to handle to have a conversation, an engaging conversation with women. These are things that make you more attractive as a person. And I feel like a lot of people miss out on that fact because it does take hard work for you to develop these skills. Like, you can't just go in the gym and the next day you have like an elite body. Like, it takes months, years of consistency, years of going to the gym and eating right and sleeping right and just being consistent and dedicated in your workout. Building your charisma and your social skills, that takes years to develop to the point where you're able to have engaging conversations or able to make people laugh easily. Like, these are things that you have to develop throughout time and through practice. So this is something that there's no there's no like easy way to do it. What I'm proposing is that getting women in the modern day, it's simple, but it's not easy. Okay? Back in the day, you could just having a job was enough. That was the minimum. That was like, the price of entry. You have a job. It could have been at a factory. It could have been at, just a regular job. And women would be like, okay, yeah, this is a guy that I can marry, right? Because also we have to take this into context. Back then, a lot of women I'm talking back in the day, a lot of women did not have the financial possibilities or financial prospects that they have now. So a man with a job was valuable. This man can support you. This man can take care of you and any possible children that you might have. Like, there was value in that. But now the script has flipped. Now women are able to, have jobs and have careers on their own. They don't need to have a man provide for them in the same way. So that's off the table. And that's what I think we're seeing now. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, I wanted to go back to the way it was, where just having a job was enough." Like, they kind of fixate on the job aspect of it, and I think that's kind of where they go wrong. Like, they think like, "Oh, because a regular job is not enough, now I need to become rich." That's not really what's going on here. What's going on here is that women no longer need men to provide for them financially. So they're looking for other reasons why a man why they would be attracted to a man. Like, is he physically attractive? Is he funny? Can he hold a conversation? Like, what are some things about him that make me attracted to him? Like, that's what's going through their mind. So in order to in order for you to compete in today's environment, you just have to be the best version of yourself. You just have to be the best version of yourself. Like, there's no way around it. Like, you could get away with this back in the day and just be regular average person, just regular job, and just go to work, punch the clock 9 to 5, and then come back, and then and you be fine. You have a wife, you have a few kids, and then boom, you're all set, right? But nowadays, it's the game has changed, and I think a lot of people are still thinking with that old strategy from back in the day, like that old strategy of, just having an average job, having a regular job. Like, it's not gonna cut it in the modern day. So I think for you guys, like, for the young guys out there that are struggling right now, like, it's gonna take work. It's gonna take work. Like, I can't tell you that it's gonna be easy, but I will say that it's simple. You just have to become the best version of yourself and then find women that are attracted to that, whatever you have that's special. Like, whether that's, you have an attractive body, an attractive physique, or whether you're somebody who's funny, who uses humor, who is able to have engaging conversations. You need to develop, maximize whatever talent or whatever you got that makes you stand out, and then find women that like that. It's very simple, but it's not easy to do. And that's where it is. As a man, that's just the cards that we're dealt as men. Men have to work hard. We have to grind. We have to develop ourselves. Like, if you notice how, most men are not, they don't just jump out as, like, super muscular and super successful. They have to build this up over time, over years. And I actually think that kind of builds character, because you realize, okay, I worked. It kind of like, it builds up your mindset. Like, okay, like, I need to work on myself. I need to actually put in effort to succeed. And that mindset really makes you, it really hardens you mentally for the world, because as a man, you can't be soft. Like, you have to be, like, we kind of live in this society where we're disconnected from the harsh realities of the world. Like, the world is not a nice soft place. Like, as a man, you have to develop that hardness, that you have to develop that hard exterior, so that you can handle any situation. Like, there are things that's gonna, like, when shit hits the fan, like, you got to be prepared mentally and physically for that. So it's like, I feel like that mindset is the best mindset to have right now, especially now when, It's like the world is upside down now in terms of just the dating market and then the world in general. Like everything is just upside down. So I feel like focus on yourself, focus on being the best version of yourself, and then don't worry about, trying to impress people. It's all about being the best version of yourself and then finding those women that appreciate and are attracted to that. I think that's the most simple way that I can break that down.